So this particular IEM, when it came out 3 4 months ago, I never talked about it. I didn't report on it. I actually liked the IEM, but for some weird reason I just skipped it. Didn't report on it. I never talked about it. And 4 months now, the IEM that was pretty much hyped by every other reviewer that I could see myself watching has all of a sudden disappeared from the face of the internet and stores everywhere. As we speak right now, the Ibasso IT00 dynamic driver IEM is no longer available on all Amazon stores, both in the UK, US. It's no longer available on linso.com. It's not even available to be purchased any other place else, again, aside maybe Ibasso's website, which is absolutely trash because Ibasso has a very clunky site. I tried visiting their sites even this night. So clunky, takes so much time to load. They couldn't just make a simple website that could load their images. Their site is absolute garbage, and the annoying thing that got me upset about the IT00 from Ibasso is their horrible QC issues that plagued this IEM from the get-go. This IEM had a ton of potential. This IEM was already being built as the next URBANFUN, the next Blon upgrade. In fact, even bigger YouTubers even compared it to being a sister or a brother to the Moondrop Starfield, that they had similar signature in sound, that the IT00 had a better coherent sound than the Starfield. And to be honest, I wanted to get my hands on this IEM because one, it didn't cost much. It's $80. It's something I could find myself getting and review it. I've already added this particular IEM to my cart on Linso, hoping that I could get it by Black Friday, then review it at the end of the year, maybe make it a long-term review, but maybe the whole after the hype kind of stuff. But right now I realize that the reason why this IEM is no longer available anywhere else is because of quality control problems that has plagued it. It has died a horrible death because of the useless company that made this particular product and couldn't back it up, and the reviewers that hyped it up have for some reason forgotten about it. It's dead. Nobody's talking about it again, and it's a sad reality we are living in, that HiFi is still in its growing phase, but in a way that they are still hurting the market in a very bad way, because you spend money buying products like this from a brand that you expect them to put their energy and their time and their resources to make something good that can last you, but you end up seeing quality control plagues everywhere on IEMs that do not deserve to be plagued with quality control problems. I don't get it. HiFi needs to improve. You want people's money, you need to work on your quality packaging, your quality design. You need to give people the assurance that they can buy something from your store and get their money's worth. I really do not understand why the Ibasso IT00 would die a very sad death because of quality control that could have been handled better. The cable it came with, it wasn't even a good cable, because a lot of people say that the cable was very difficult to pull out, and even if you manage to pull it out, that when you add another replacement cable, you may not even be able to replace the replacement cable that you put on it, because it is so difficult to pull out cable from it. Then there are people that started making complaints that there were channel imbalance, and one person in particular said that the one ear gave out on him when he got it. Some people say that one ear plays louder than the other ear. There are so many ridiculous complaints that I've seen about this product that blew my mind. and it is so painful to see a beautiful IEM that has a beautiful shell, beautiful fit, because from the reviews I've seen, they say it fits the ears perfectly. There is no need for any custom or tweaking, that the stuff fits perfectly. And it's so really a disappointing when you have an IEM that had that potential to be a powerhouse, a giant killer, become an afterthought in less than 4 months. Nobody is talking about it again because the company that fucking made it let it die, let the IEM die. And that is because they do not care about the fans. They do not care about the customers that pay their high-end dollar for it. I never covered this particular IEM, not that I wasn't seeing it, not that I didn't know that it would get views on the channel, but because I saw the problem looming over the product. The first 2 weeks after it debuted, people started complaining about the product, and I stayed off talking about it or announcing its debut or anything. I wanted to see whether it was going to be a dynamic driver, and I'm a dynamic driver fanboy. I cover every dynamic driver earphone made by every brand, be it HiFi, European, American brand, whatsoever. As long as it's a good dynamic driver that was announced, I do cover it on this channel, telling you guys it's out and you guys can check it out. But the Ibasso is the one I skipped just because I started seeing issues that was coming with it when it was announced. Pretty much like the URBANFUN YBF. The URBANFUN was destroyed because of the quality control, and it has never recovered from it. People buying the URBANFUN are pretty much just risking their money. I wanted to get the URBANFUN to review it on the channel, but I've skipped and I've passed on the URBANFUN because I just cannot throw my money to the dogs getting a product that really doesn't have any decent backing from its creators, and it's really a tragic situation. The Ibasso IT00 died a horrible death because of the company, and they never went ahead to fix it. Because you know what, when you've messed a production line, it is pretty much hard to fix a production line, especially when you're a smaller company like Ibasso. If it was an Apple that had a bit of an issue with their first releases, what they would normally do is to call back their whole lineup, take care of the quality control, then re-release the product, and maybe apologize for the problems, you understand? And this is not really a target or meant for Apple, pretty much, because I do not like Apple. Apple has so many problems, but at least Apple does listen to complaints and see what is going on, and they try to correct it. A dynamic driver earphone should not be breaking down when you get it the first week. It doesn't make any sense, because I have gotten earphones that are around $3 to $4 that lasted 4 years. Yes, I have gotten a $3 earphone that stayed 4 years old before it spoiled. It is so horrible now that you just cannot buy an expensive IEM that you expect it to last, and it is pretty much a disaster from the get-go, and no one ends up talking about it because of quality control, and it becomes a sad event that it came out in the first place. The cable is horrible, the connector is so tight, and a lot of people are complaining of one channel dying out on them once either they get it or they use it for a while. So it's a horrible death that has happened to the Ibasso IT001. I do hope Ibasso can fix and bring another better model and maybe kill off this IT00 and make it not exist because of the crap that they have put out, and they can now work on their quality control and see whether it works out for them. And that is it, pretty much. Subscribe to our channel, like our content, and I'll see you guys next time.